Oh, Christy's here. Christy from Ottawa. Shalane. Did you play golf, Christy, or did you just go to check it out? When I was playing golf, when I was invited to play golf and I still had my own clubs, I gave my clubs away. I kept my father's clubs after he died. I took joy in the fact that I could golf once a year. Once. Maybe. And when I played golf, I could still hit stroke for stroke the guys I played with that played once a week. So I'm not bragging. I took pride in that. I'm not an avid golfer. I enjoy the game when I'm out there, but I'm not like, I got to get out there. My Uncle Jack used to run to the ball. He was so happy to be out playing golf. Oh my God, what happened? I'm bleeding. I can't see shit. I got to get this thing checked out. Mom's all concerned. It's bothering me. So I think my dermatologist is blowing me off for 3 months. He's a good guy. He just wants to do this in the fall when he has to burn all this stuff off. I think I need to see him emergency. Why is my nose bleeding? I don't know. God. Wendy, good morning, sweets. Nancy's here. We could just start Charlie's Angels just with this group. Christy, Shalane, Nancy, Wendy, Shirley Ringgold. You guys that have all your own special attributes. I would be Charlie. I would be Charlie, and I would send you guys out on missions. Christy, I got a tough one for you. There's been a murder at a golf course. The owner, very wealthy, had a huge insurance policy. All the kids make out to benefit. I want you to go in and see what happened. Shirley, you're going to be a professional golfer. Wendy, you're going to be a groundskeeper. I want you to keep an eye out on these people. We could come up. I would love to be a writer for a sitcom. Oh my God, my imagination could just go crazy. Do you know what I'm saying? We should come up, you guys. Listen, honestly. Sylvester Stallone wrote Rocky, and he had credit for that. We have to write a new sitcom for the $6 Million Man. A whole new thing. It's a whole new group. The $60 Million Man. Oh, the last Charlie's Angels I saw was with Demi Moore and Drew Barrymore and Catherine Diaz. That was a cool Charlie's Angels. I think they made one after there. I'm not sure. You need one more woman in the house and you can do your take on Three's Company. My mom is enough. My mom is a tsunami. You guys might not realize it, but she is a force of nature. Mesmerizing to look at as it's coming in to destroy your village and kill you. You're like, oh my God, look how high the water got. It's coming towards us, I think. Oh, that's a huge wave. Isn't it so pretty? Yeah. Wait 10 more seconds. My mom's cool. She was on the phone yesterday with my cousin Susan for an hour, which I was so grateful for my mom to have another woman to talk to for a period of time. One, especially, that was related. I was really happy for my mom to talk to my cousin yesterday. My cousin Susan grew up maybe 6 blocks away from my grandmother, my nanny. And my Uncle Bobby was very preoccupied with himself. He was a fireman. Firemen could be very selfish. in certain ways. They're very loving people and they're strong. They save lives, all that shit. But my uncle was a fireman. He was always at the firehouse. All those guys do is party. And then my Aunt Mimi was always working. She was supposed to be a model slash something else. Like she was a pretty lady, but Uncle Bobby was always out. And Susan, young, beautiful girl, she used to hang out with my grandma. I didn't realize that. It makes me look at my cousin completely different. You know, I always thought she was just went to school. She had a sister, Robin, or my other cousin, Susan and Robin. I figured they just went to school and they were active in school and they were nice kids. They were both pretty. I just thought it was just normal. But Susan used to hang out with my grandmother. I think that's very endearing. I love my cousin that she spent time with my grandmother. I think kids that like to spend time with their grandparents, I think that's a beautiful thing. It's a gift from God. You know, to have your grandkids around. They say it makes you live longer if your grandchildren are around. Jackie's going to live to be 100. Oh. Anyway, I haven't said good morning to anybody. Shit, I'm going to ring the bell. I'm sorry. I go, you know how I am. I start thinking about things. Okay, everybody's cool. Tina's here, man. What's up, Konnichiwa? Konnichiwa. So good to see you. Before you go to work, you must say goodbye. I mean, don't say goodbye. Say sayonara. When you leave, say sayonara. Which I bet means, like, I'll see you later. You know. Goodbye. Hey, goodbye. I'm happy I'm getting rid of you. That's our culture. Goodbye. Don't want to see you again. Other cultures are like, I'll see you shortly. Until we see each other again. I look forward to our next encounter. I will think of you in your absence. You know, whatever they say in their culture. America, goodbye. Goodbye. You know, we're right. We're so we're not soft. All right. Copper water pitcher time. 3 big ice cubes. I have a silicone ice cube tray. And these ice cubes were a lot bigger, but there's big ice cubes. Hey, drinking cold water in the morning, there's worse things. Actually, you're supposed to drink room temperature water. Oh, you need to watch the movie Hachi. I'm going to watch it. Christy's the one that gets mad at me when I do a Japanese man. Jerry, I don't know if that's really politically correct. I'm like, Christy, lighten up. I just don't want anyone to get mad at you for, you know, I mean it very endearing. My dad, I told you guys a long time, my dad was stationed in Japan for 3 years, got his black belt in judo, was part of the championship judo team. And I remember my father my dad was cool. Like, when you do judo, you know, if I'm holding your shoulder, if I have your shirt, like right here, or any part of you for that matter, or even if I don't have part of you, but it works better when I have part of you. So if you grab someone right here or right here, and they're focused on your touch up on your top, all you're doing is sweeping your foot around right below their ankle and taking their feet out from under them. My dad was very cool. And you got to have a certain demeanor. Like, you don't want to telegraph what you're doing. My dad used to flip me a few times just to show me how judo worked. Oh, I remember that. But my dad would also go like this sometimes. And if you see Japanese, that's sometimes they present themselves like that. It's like from the sternum. We learned how to count. In Japanese. Ichi, ni, san, shi, go, ro, sachi, hachi, ku, chu. 1 through 10. So if I ever go to Japan, I can order drinks. Ichi ni san shi. Shi, chi shi, sha. Plasma Zombie says, you need to watch the movie Full Metal Jacket. I've seen it many times. Who was that? Who signed their goddamn death warrant? I bet it was you. Lee Hermey was a freaking animal in that movie. He was just being himself. Hachi. Yeah. Ichi ni san chi ko ro sachi hachi q chu. So hachi does mean 8. Oh, what else was I going to talk to you guys about? I was going to ask you a question. It'll come to me. Let's see if there's any beetles that need to be saved. I saw a big one floating out. I wanted that to die. Oh, here it is. Are you all right, man? You were drowning. This is, you're on YouTube right now. All right, I'm going to set you down. Turn you over. Come on, honey. God, he doesn't want to leave me. Go with my hat. This beetle doesn't want to leave. Beetles used to be revered in ancient Egypt. Did you know that? And this is it's pretty. If you could imagine this being made into a ring, can't you? Oh, well, we'll let him hang. Hey, I'll let you guys name the beetle. But don't say, Ringo. I got to set him down. He does not want to be set down. This beetle does. I went like this. I was going to pick. I don't want to squeeze him and break him. What would be a cool name? I don't know. Tracy Von Brott says, loves beetles, hates squirrels. Oh my God. I killed quite a few squirrels in my old house. I swear. I set that trap up. They were so big and belligerent, and they were getting off my porch. I was chasing them with a broom, and they were turning and like fighting me like, So, oh my God, God's going to punish me someday. I've apologized many times. I should not. I mean, I didn't know what else to do. I was going to poison them. Oh, well. Fish bait. I wouldn't use that. It's a pretty color, too. Oh, then he's flying away. Yo, that was so cool. Did you see that thing take off? That was badass. I did not expect that. Holy shit. That was pretty cool. They should design a vehicle like that. Just 1 minute you're there, the next minute you're flying away. Dude, that shell opened up and it was like zzz. Did you see it? Jesus. You know, you scare me every time you had to stop fucking around with me, Orcus. Sometimes you scare me. Look, he's laughing. Come out of the water, his head's right there. God. What do you need, more chlorine? All right, I'm going to give you some tablets later, right? I got to keep tablets in that guy. Ah. I got to say, I ordered, I have 8 of these shirts now. I have solid color ones. I have 2 ones that are mixed. And I like this one. I like this. I like the separate colors for the sleeves. I find it very appealing. You know what I'm saying? The other ones are nice too, though, but anyway. An epiphany. Wear long sleeves in the summer. Don't get sunburned. Oh, duh. Yeah, that's a good idea. My mom, she internalizes things sometimes. She'll sit and she'll ponder. It's almost like, you remember in the Green Mile, the big black guy with Tom Hanks, and the Green Mile? What a beautiful, lovely soul that black guy was, right? And he used to take everybody's pain and their hurt and suck it into his body. Or no, he would touch you and take your, whatever happened to you, and he would suck it into him. And he would deal with it, and then he spit out all the bad that would dissipate into the sky. Probably is gone. Because he suffered. Or he felt something. My mom does that. She spoke to my cousin yesterday, and my cousin must have shared some bad things that had occurred to her in the past, or her husband with family issues, or somebody got really, something bad happened. My mom was angry. And she kind of took it out on me, but I did take it personally. I was talking to Susan and blah, 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 blah. And, she was just playing on her mind. That's just human nature, I guess. Well, no, it's not. Not everybody cares about other people. You think you can tell Donald Trump something, he would fucking give it two thoughts? He doesn't care about anybody. Oh, all right. Let me stop talking and start reading. That's what I do. I go off on a little tangent. It is what it is. We have had Beatles already. We're talking about family. I got to put on some sunscreen. It's an overcast day here in New Jersey. It's 92 degrees. Today is the 11th of July. Saturday, the 11th of July, Saturday. It's approximately 7:20 a.m. and it is overcast here in New Jersey. It is a 90 degrees, but it feels very pleasant. It doesn't feel 90. I don't know what's going on in the world. Something is amiss. Something is amiss. So we're at 9.77 thousand subscribers on our group. Something happens at 10,000. I think I can, we'll see what they let me do. I better come up with a better format. So if you guys want to start emailing me suggestions on how I can improve our lives and, maybe have it more structured, I don't know. Tell me. I would like to hear what you have to say. But sometimes it's just nice to come in the backyard and just walk around the pool, listen to the birds, not do anything really. Yo, Doug, how was last night? You guys good? Nice. All right, I'll give you some more chlorine later, all right? Yo, say hello to everybody. That's Duck. So it's Saturday. You know what that means? I stripped my bed already. Damn straight. Fresh sheets tonight. What? Fresh sheets tonight. Yes, indeed. I love fresh sheets. Yes, sir. Which you really can't enjoy in a hotel. You get in there like just hoping. You got to roll the dice, just hope that they were clean when they made the bed and they actually changed the sheets. I've stayed in some places. You got to pull the sheets down, and you can see if there's been any feet activity. And then you got to call this bed hasn't been changed. Oh, I'm sorry. We'll hop right on it. Oh, really? I don't really like staying in hotels. I'll be honest with you. I don't trust them. Everybody's nasty. You don't know what they're, stop. Krista is saving beetles, feeding the squirrels. You're Snow Whiting it. You're so funny. Snow Whiting it. Ooh, Tracy Von Brott says, I ran over a squirrel and cried for 15 minutes. It was terrible. Tracy, that's terrible you did that. I'm teasing. Tracy, you're a rotten person. Tracy, it was an accident. I ran over a goose once. Fucking things were walking in a row. Like, I took out the third one. I was like, oh shit, boom. And they probably looked around, all the other ducks probably, oh, it was flat. Thank God I didn't. My wife saw it at the time. My kid's like, what happened? I'm like, nothing. Nothing. Daddy ran over a duck. I wasn't going to go down that route. Things happen. You can't see a squirrel. They have camouflage. They're very hard to spot. They have a big furry tail and a white chest. No, I'm teasing. Honestly, we were coming down an embankment, and it was woods on either side, and a mom duck decided to take her family. It was a whole group of them, different sizes. And they were all crossing the street, and by the time I noticed it, I was already upon them, and I ran over one. It was a bad feeling. I'm sorry that happened to you, Tracy. It's the circle of life. But I got to do the Lion King now. La da 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 da. We'll sing a song about Tracy running over a squirrel. She was on her way to Walmart. She had to go get milk. Tracy, I hope I'm making you laugh. I'm hoping I'm making you laugh. The warden's wife was freaky. Oh, yes, when I was talking about the Green Mile. Thank you for speaking and bringing me back to it, because I'm talking and I don't get immediate response and I go on to something else. I talked about, my mom does that. And all that black stuff is just anger. Or, it was important for her to repeat. She's done this to me before. She'll be quiet when something in the family has happened with a cousin or an uncle or an aunt, and she won't talk. And then she'll share her feelings, and she's angry, and it's good. It's in a healthy way. Like, I've always been her sounding board, which I like that. I'm the oldest kid. Who else is going to listen to what her concerns are? Or how she feels about things? My mom always felt guilty in high school because they didn't have any money. And so you're in high school and you had a little voucher to get lunch. And she always felt like humiliated. So she never used her. She rarely used hers she said she used to go around this corner from the school, and she always, sometimes she wished she had the dime. She wouldn't have a dime, but sometimes she would have a dime. And for a dime, when she was in high school, she shared with me, she could get a bag of French fries from around the corner. My mom grew up above a bar in Brooklyn, New York. 2 sets of twins within 14 months. My Uncle Eddie left because he was, the oldest. Then 7 years later, he's 7. Now you got 2 sets of twins in the family. I would have left too. So he left as soon as he could. But my mom grew up 4 kids above a bar in Brooklyn, New York. They didn't have anything. My grandfather was a longshoreman. My grandmother had to raise 4 kids. So I think the people that grow up with the least, they grow up without, and in some things. They had a lot of love. My grandmother kept them very clean and well-dressed and all that stuff. But I'm saying, when you don't have the money and you don't have the means, it has to change you, especially when you're in an environment where there's people that have the money and have the means. And I think the people that don't have the means become much more empathetic and understanding to others' pain, no matter what the source, because they know pain. Because you can't have. You're without. So I think that's where she gets it from. Even in our own, Donald Trump and all those people, they're so wealthy, they don't give a shit about anybody. Jeff Bezos could wipe out hunger in the world. And we could have another plant, it'll be the size of 2 baseball fields, and that'll generate 18,000 gigawatts of power. Asshole, how about grow some food and feed some people? It's all about power generating. Lisa says, I found a wounded squirrel and took it to the people at the nature preserve. And she felt good. She walked away and the squirrel died 10 minutes later. Lisa, I'm teasing, but probably it did die. I'm teasing, Lisa. Lisa, it's so cute. I found a wounded squirrel and took it to the people at the nature preserve. When she left, they're like looking at each other going, do you believe this shit? This squirrel's dead almost. What the fuck's she doing? Bringing it to us. I'm glad she feels better. Now we got to bury it. Lisa, I'm laughing, but you know what I'm saying? I'm serious. Am I that far away? Jerry, you are full of it this morning. I'm having fun, man. I love laughing. I love laughing. I grew up with love, but a lot of challenges. My father was killed in a car accident when I was 3. Shalane Thomason. Who would have thought that about Shalane? God bless her. To lose her dad in a car accident when she was 3 years old. Ouch. Oh, I didn't come on at 7 today, guys. I apologize. I don't know how to get that word out. I was like, fuck, let me just get my shit together. 8 o'clock, everybody's probably happy to sleep in. I apologize. I mean, you know, who am I? Anyway, good morning, everybody. We have 46 people on with us right now. It is the 11th of July, Saturday morning. It's a little overcast here. It actually feels kind of cool. I don't see how it's 90 degrees. But that's what the thermometer says. It's Saturday. If it's nice where you live, this morning you should be stripping your bed and changing the sheets to your bed. That's just my thinking. Let's just keep it real. Keep it sane. Jesus, you have to, 8 hours a night. 1/3 of your life is sleeping. You got to sleep. So you might as well sleep in a nice bed. So change the sheets to your bed today. It's Saturday morning. Go change that shit. Change your pillowcases. God bless you. I love fresh sheets. Oh my God. If I had a video or an audio of me getting in bed, it would sound like, you know, erotica. I'm like, oh my God. Oh, sweet. Oh. Every stretch is a gift. Shalane. I did not know that. I feel bad for him. He missed out on a 3-year-old little girl to love and to see grow into a young woman. I didn't want to talk. You got to share sometime how your mom, how do you guys how did you deal with it? Your brothers and sisters? Booty says, I make those same noises when I attend the hot diggity Dugaloos. I want to do something with the winter solstice. I see all that stuff. I love nature and the cosmos and physics, and I love that. And I want to do something on a winter solstice. Either, I don't know. I don't want to be Stonehenge-y, but there's a lot of places around the world where that stuff is significant. The winter solstice. That's something we should all look into. Oh, Titan Bruce says tattoos and dyed hair. I don't think so. Okay, here we go. I'm going to start. I hope I didn't miss out on a lot. I'm glad I caught what Shalane shared. Jesus. Shalane Thomason, she's one of our moderators. She's one of the corners of the community, and she lost her dad when she was only 3. That pain, that's something that would continue. You know, something you'd think about even when you're 6, 7, 8. It always kind of like you'd think about it. So probably that makes Shalane very empathetic to other people and their loss. She's like, listen, I live with it every day. I lost my dad when he was 3. That's why it's good. Listen, you guys listen to me when I'm concerned. When my mom was sick, we're all family and friends now. We all talk about what's happened in our lives and whatever things that we're going through now, even. But I'm glad we can laugh too. I like to bring out the sense. Look at the funny side of things, as we should. Nothing's better than seeing. I remember when we were watching Herman Munster, my dad and I. There was one scene. It was so funny. My dad always I loved listening to my father laugh. He had a great laugh, and it came from within. And we were watching Herman Munster. Do you remember Herman Munster? It was in black and white. 1313 Mockingbird Lane. It was something as simple as this. He walked into a shop, and the guy in the shop turned to look at Herman Munster, and he had these kind of glasses on. These kind. So he looks at Herman Munster, and these glasses just go, they just cracked. Do you know what I mean? Like, the guy's facial expression didn't change. He looked at Herman Munster, like, with a straight face, and the glasses went, psh. That was hilarious. But my dad and I both busted up laughing. I mean, that's some funny shit, right? Anyway, because Herman Munster. He was Frankenstein. But how did you not love him? I loved Herman Munster. My dad was big like Herman Munster. All right, let me see. I have Therabob. Oh, that's why you guys were talking about tie-dye, because Therabob says you'll find that stuff on TikTok. I see. Kathy Dorner says, my dad was worse. His dad was a drunk. My grandfather was a drinker. He was a longshoreman. Irishman? Of course he was. So, yeah, my mom grew up with, there was a lot of love. My grandmother was an amazing mom and a grandmom. But, my grandfather worked hard, and, Kathy Doherty, you and my mom would probably, I would love for you to talk to my mom. Because my mom had the same situation. Yo, Hannah. Hannah's here for the Netherlands, everybody. Isn't she cute? I thought Hannah was a man. She's not. Hannah. But she's from the Netherlands. They're 6 hours ahead of us. So they're right now, it's 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, 12:30. It's 1:30 in the afternoon. Hi, Hannah. She's cute. Hello, Jerry. I'm saying hi. I'm sending a message out for everybody from outside New Jersey. And then outside the United States. Is that cool? Hannah. Netherlands. Bianca, the Netherlands. Charlie, Denmark. Karen from the United Kingdom. Joe Ma from the United Kingdom. We have friends in other countries. That is awesome. Thank you for saying good morning, Hannah. So Kathy Doherty's her mom was raised on a sharecropper farm. So the whole point of that discussion on poverty and lacking the means to there's a word for it. I forget what's it called. Kids growing up without their basic nutritional poverty. Some very catchphrase. They experience nutritional poverty or whatever. Being hungry is a terrible thing for a kid, and all these programs that our country has cut, it's disgusting. I mean, how do you do that to kids? And then they give a little breakfast at school. It's not the same. A Danish is not the same as a scrambled eggs and a fruit cup and a nice slice of multi-grain toast. You can't give people kids. They give them danishes, but at least it's something. I don't know. I've seen it. I am just a flying bird, says George. Okay, I have to get caught up here. I don't even know. How do you order currywurst in Japanese? I didn't see that. I don't know how to answer that. Christy said I was Snow Whiting it. I spoke about the running over things. That's a terrible thing to have to deal with, especially when they're still alive. My friend Pete Baratius and I, who lived 2 miles from where I currently am, his family had the most rural house out here on a road called Kings Road. My dad had given me his long-barreled .22 to shoot out in the woods with Pete. Pete had his .22 too. So we're out there, we're, shooting targets and stuff and blah, blah, blah. And sure enough, a flock of seagulls come overhead. So we laid down on our backs and started shooting up at the seagulls that were maybe like 200 feet high. Maybe, yeah, they were high up there. So we're laying on our backs shooting the seagulls. We hit one in the wing. It was, oh my God. And again, here it comes down. Swoo! Landed right in the driveway. I think we were all in shock. This thing stood 2.5, 3 feet high. Seagulls are not small. Some seagulls are really not small. It was surprising to me how big it was. Anyway, we couldn't let it suffer. Oh, so yeah, that's the last thing. That's a terrible thing. Jeff goes, I have to bring my wife's car to the mechanic this morning. I hope they don't keep it all day. We usually go to a place called Highway Tire. It's in Mount Holly on Route 38. It's nice having a place to take your car that you can trust. Chris Curl's just going, just got a vision of a squirrel. Christy is funny. All right, I'm seeing some very serious conversations going on down here, so I'm going to snap to those because the people are feeling a certain way about things, and there's other things that are somewhat frivolous. Hannah is sharing from Denmark. She said, Shalane, my youngest son was 2 when his dad died. So Shalane lost her dad when she was only 3 years old, and then Hannah lost her husband, and her daughter, who was only 2, her son, who's only 2, lost his dad. So, TikTok turns angels into trolls. Thera Bob, I'm curious, what do you guys mean? Do you guys have, I don't know, share your insight. I'd love to hear how people think. I think TikTok, I think that a lot of the people there are pretty informative. What do you mean it turns angels into... Oh. Aggie's here. She's saying, good morning, Jerry and everybody. Margie's here. Titan Bruce says, I saw a video that talked about TV families, and psychologists say the Addams family was the healthiest family on television out of all the TV families. I thought so too. You know what made the Addams family so healthy in my mind? The kids were very odd, but they were all still cool to each other, right? You never saw Pugsley yelling at his sister, and they were cool at Lurch. And you had extended family there. You had Uncle Fester, you had cousin It, so you had other dynamics. Which having cousins around and aunts and uncles, it's healthy. It keeps everybody in check. It's a healthier environment. Here's the thing that I really think made the Addams family such the healthiest family on TV that Jeff is saying. Jeff's saying that the Addams family, psychologists that look at that found that the Addams family had the healthiest group, the healthiest family. Here's the thing in my mind that makes the Addams family the most healthy. The husband adored the wife. He was Gomez. He always looked at her. He loved her. He grabbed her hand, was always kissing her. He openly loved his wife, and she respected and loved him. That made it very healthy to me. I remember that. I used to like that. Nothing makes a kid feel better than seeing your mom and dad kiss, or your mom hop in your dad's lap and he turns red and she starts kissing him. It's a nice thing. So this is all very good. Aggie, God bless you. I love seeing you. Thank you for being here and sending what you send. A green heart, the sun, and a green clover. It means something. If you were in a cave and you went in there and you saw a green heart, the sun, and a green clover, and you know that clovers mean bless you, the Holy Spirit, the Father, Son, Holy Spirit, the Trinity, you would say, oh my God, this is a nice cave. The people that lived here were nice. But if you went in and you saw a Trump banner and a MAGA sign, you would say the people that lived here weren't very nice. We have our friend from Japan visiting us. Did you ever watch Speed Racer? I'll do my Speed Racer imitation. My friends, I used to do this we were in Philadelphia. Speed! You're the best racer in the whole world. Huh? No, you can't race against the monster car. I have to. Wait. If you know Speed Racer, you know what I'm talking about. Pops, I gotta get in that race now. No! If you know what I'm talking about, you gotta be laughing, because that was Speed Racer, man. That was funny. That was some funny shit. It was Japanese, so they tried to throw in American, language with their actions. Chim Chim Spritle. Chim Chim would hit his head on the trunk. Chim Chim and Spritle would eat candy. Ooh. Trixie never took her damn helmet off. Speed, I'm gonna go with you. Oh, Speed Racer. Go Speed Racer. That's what I'm going off on a tangent, because I can't read the name because it's in Japanese, but he's saying, good morning, y'all, have a good day. And his picture is Speed Racer. Leanne says, I went 2 times to the ER with a broken pinky toe. That was May 29th. They said all was healing great, but the foot's blue and swollen. The next thing I know, I woke up on June 16th after 3 emergency surgeries. So commuted fracture, the bones separated. Is that what made it so necessary to go in and fix things up? Compound fracture. Hans. Hannah's saying, no, I'm Danish from Denmark. Damn it. Hannah's from Denmark. Who else do we know from Denmark? Charlie. Charlie's in Denmark. Hannah's in Denmark. Yo. I don't know. Copenhagen's for the young, though, right? You don't go to Copenhagen in your 60s. Do you? Isn't it like smoking hash, and there's like the red light district, and it's a cultural experience, I suppose, right? Waking up hungover on a canal, having coffee or tea, however they recuperate there. Here, try this scone. Will it make me feel better? I'm not saying TikTok brings out meaner trolls, says Therabob, but they are naming the underbelly of a bridge after me in my hometown. The whole story of trolls used to live under a bridge and they would eat goats. Isn't that the truth? Can you imagine? Troll, ogre. Back in the day, there could have been some big, some guys that were like, where else are you going to live? Where are you going to stay in the shade and not and find shelter. Maybe they did live under the bridge. I know if I was by myself and struggling, I would think about living under a bridge. No one can bother you. They don't know you're there. You got an abundance amount of fish right there. If there's a little bank underneath the bridge that you could live on or sleep, that's where you live. Sarah Bob has me thinking about being a hobo now. Talking about, I'm not saying TikTok brings out the inner troll, but they are naming the underbelly of a bridge after me in my hometown. Margie's saying, has anyone heard from Chris J lately? I have not. Has anybody? Kiwi is sharing, my partner gets all the dried leaves in the neighborhood. She tied them together in a ball and set fire to it in a fire pit. Those green mango, what do you guys call them? Black walnuts? You got to be careful when you walk in. When they hit the ground, do you know what I'm talking about? Those green things I showed you? Jesus. Sounds like some Tyrannosaurus was coming through the woods. I'm going to have to carry around my Bowie knife. Kiwi is sharing, my partner gets all the dried leaves in the neighborhood. She tied them together in a ball and set fire to it in a fire pit, celebrating the coming sun, solstice. How cool. Maybe we could I don't know how, we should Google how can you celebrate summer solstice. But there's places on the planet that other civilizations have created monuments that actually only open up and shine on the summer solstice. Like, I think that would be amazing to go observe that. And it's all around the world. That's cool, Kiwi. Thank you for sharing that. Aggie's telling everybody good morning. She's like our, Aggie watches out for everybody. So does Margie. My grandfather was a drunk. This is Mark speaking. Mark Jameson is sharing. My grandfather was a drunk, but would wake up at 4:30 every morning, make his bed, and worked all day. Mark Jameson, God bless you. There's those guys out there. They're finding their own inner demons, but listen, my grandfather, he supported 5 children and a wife. And being a longshoreman was not an easy job. I got to tell you a story about what my Uncle Henny, my mom's Uncle Henny, my great uncle, told me about my grandfather. I'm going to tell you what he told me about him. That's for everybody who has similar situations like Mark Jameson. Everybody has demons. Everybody's overcoming situations. People deal with situations differently. No one should judge anyone. No one should judge anyone. Mark's making the statement, don't judge a book by its cover. It doesn't make you a bad person. He's saying, my grandfather was a drunk, but would wake up at 4:30 every morning, make his bed, and worked all day. There's a lot that's all around the world. So God bless Mark Jameson's grandfather, and mine, and yours, and all of ours, who have probably did the same thing. Coping with life is not an easy thing sometimes. You're living in Brooklyn, you're living above a bar, you're working as a longshoreman. Here's what my Uncle Lenny told me about my grandfather. Let me see how far away I am from catching up. Holy shit. I got like 18. Let me try to catch up. Oh, cool. I want to catch up because Titan says, they said that the love between Morticia and Gomez was a very open and accepting relationship. Yep. See, I was right. Thank you, Titan, for confirming my observation. It's true. It really is. I mean, everybody, Bewitched, Darren Stevenson, Elizabeth Montgomery was a fucking knockout. Oh my God. Elizabeth Montgomery was, Jesus. It would have been nice to, I didn't ever really see him grab her, Darren Stevens. So that was always odd to me, Oh, whatever. I love the Addams Family, said Aggie. Remember Lurch? My father used to do Lurch. My father used to imitate Lurch. If somebody did something like, dumb, and my mom was reprimanding us, What did you? What didn't you see that you left it open? Oh, who spilled this over here? Would you guys fix this carpet when you're coming through here? My God, like whenever my mom would be complaining or yelling at us, my dad would just listen and my dad would do lurch. He'd go, oh, and he'd look at me and smile. Oh, he was funny. You know, when you're getting yelled at by your mom and you look over at your dad and he kind of gives you like, just deal with it, son, just deal with it. It's a good bond, you know, like dad, mom is being a fucking crazy ass. My dad would do lurch. Also, he would wake up and have his coffee, and he would make Folgers coffee. 1 scoop, hot water, sugar, milk. There you go. Done. My mom has to grind beans, right? So my dad's been waiting for my mom to get up. He's had his 3rd cup of coffee. He's been up since 4. My mom gets up at 7:30 or 7, right? Even 6:30. He's been up for 2.5 hours. And he wants to talk to her. But now she's making her coffee, and he's sitting there watching her. I've seen this unfold in front of me. And she starts making her own coffee, and he wants to talk, but her back is to him. She's doing her own shit. She wants her coffee. So she's getting her beans, and she's getting down and she's measuring shit. Then she's like, and then she's putting it in the filter, and then the water's heating, and now she's pouring it very safely, like you're in chemistry class. My dad would go, oh, like, do I really got to sit here? And he'd say, Sid, you really don't like Folgers? Like, would you shut up? I like my coffee. Oh, man. Thank you for letting me share my memories that pop up because you guys are my friends. But Aggie's saying, do you remember Lurch? Who didn't love Lurch? He was the tall, big, he was like Frankenstein, but of the Addams family. He was like he was, you know, Aggie, you're a sweetheart. Only that's a sign while we're friends. I haven't thought about that in a long time. Who else would talk to me about Lurch? Aggie. You rang, Mr. Adams. Lurch was on the original. Yeah, he was on Star Trek. Yeah, he had his certain, you know, he was very limited on the roles he could play. I like seeing this clip of him and Wednesday dancing. What did Tracy do that is beautiful? Oh, I missed it. Oh, Tracy said, my mom and dad are like that. They love each other so much. It's a gift that your parents can give you. Sadly, I didn't give that to my kids. I feel bad. But I'm happy that I was able to receive it. You know, you can't create it if it's not there. You know, my dad, not only do they love each other, but you respect each other, right? Like my dad would say, Dad, let's go get a slice of pizza, right? You know, we have Dad out. No, let's wait to see what Mommy wants to do. Like, he was always a bummer. He wanted to do anything without my mom. My mom, on the other hand, she would go out and do anything with us, come back and say, honey, I'm sorry I'm late. I used to invite my mom to parties in Philadelphia. She used to come. I loved having my mom around me. All my college friends in Philadelphia adored my mom. Yeah. It's fun to have young parents, a young mom. Kiwi saying we have people from all over the world. Okay, I'm not too far away from catching up. Thera Bob saying, I think TikTok breeds trolls because of the fringe acts that one runs across. The outrageous stuff sees one. I'll tell you what is really disturbing is scoops. That is, the violence on that thing is fucking disturbing. It makes you realize you cannot have a discussion with people when they're angry and they're violent and they're coming at you. You can't, you got to end it. Scoops is that is an eye opener. That it makes me happy to stay home alone. Scoops is crazy, but TikTok, I guess there is some more violence on there, Therabob. Okay, wait. So so Jeff is sharing. So our mechanic did an oil change last week and stripped the threads on the oil pan plug, and now it's dripping. They have to order a new plug, and we'll need to bring the car back. Aggie says there's a lot of functioning alcoholics out there. Listen, it's the truth. It's the truth. It is what it is. You know? They changed the bottle to Clear Eye, to like a tubular bottle, and I think everybody, including myself, was pissed off, and they put it back to this shape. This is your classic shape, right? You know what it is. Excuse me. Sorry. I apologize. Aggie's, I don't know where, I got to get back. Aggie has to tell me what Hannah is talking about. It gives you a funny feeling inside when you're reborn there. The famous catchphrase, you ring, you ring. Shelly Harper sharing. Sherry Harper is sharing. Seed Mill Fialta, a million thousand Irish welcomes go. Mabina Dia Achara, God bless you, my friend in Irish. Have a good day, everybody, from Shelly Harper. How beautiful is that? Shelly Harper speaking Gaelic. Seed Mill Fialta. Dia Achera. Mi Biena Dia Achara. That's Shelly Harper. You're a sweetheart. Thank you for saying that to everybody. Titan Bruce says, I'm glad it wasn't worse. He's talking about his oil situation. You wonder if people do things on purpose. Like, Shelly Harper has to leave. Shelly Harper, God bless you. Pringle. All right, so we have 44 people with us on right now. We've been on for 1 hour, 16 seconds. So that means I came on at 7. No, I came on at 8. And we've been on, so it must be 9. It's Saturday. What are you guys doing? I'm gonna change the sheets to my bed. Woo! I don't even feel like doing laundry. I have enough other sheets. Like, I don't have to do sheets. I don't have to do laundry. What are you guys doing Saturday? It's kind of lazy. I don't feel like doing anything. Do you? I made chicken salad yesterday. Had a big bowl. I had a big chicken, from the rotisserie. So I broke that all up. I broke all the pieces off. What do you guys put in your chicken salad? She gave me some lemon. I squeezed some lemon. Never did that before. Mayonnaise, celery, scallions, and then she had me cut up some half red grapes, pepper, salt, mixed it up. So today I'm going to eat that chicken salad. And I got some carb-friendly tortillas, and I will put that chicken salad in a tortilla with some lettuce and crunch, crunch, crunch. That's going to be my Saturday. What are you guys doing? Anybody barbecuing? What are you guys, just laying low? Titan Brew Scoops is SCOOPZ, I think, Scoops. And it is it's a conglomeration of altercations occurring around the world and in our country of people fighting one another, or fights break out in a restaurant or on the street, or a dash cam catches someone getting assaulted. It's a lot of violence. It's called Scoops. SCOOPZ. I think it's Z, but look it up, Scoops, and download it. Talk about an eye opener. It makes you realize you just got to stay away from some people, and if some shit's happening, maybe kind of protect the people that you can, but avoid altercations. There's so many crazy people out there. Everybody's fighting. Rebecca's here. She says, Therabob, if my ear is ever to the ground, it means someone is putting me under the ground. Therabob, this is called Clear Eye. I don't like Visine. Clear Eye works much better, I think. Oliver, this is my parents' pool. This is my mom, and my dad had this pool put in when my mom and dad, after they moved here. I got to fill the bird feeders again. They went through all the bird food. Didn't we just do this 2 days ago, right? Or maybe yesterday? 1, 2, 3, 4 squirrels. Let's turn around. See, I am telling the truth. I have wildlife in yard. 4 squirrel, 2 chipmunk, a dozen birds, variety of birds. I do not see a cardinal, nor, we've had cardinals out here, blue jays, I've seen some blue jays. You should be able to zoom in better than that. These phones aren't that great. Anyway, I'm going to continue reading to make sure that I address everybody's statements. So yeah, Oliver, this is not my pool. It's my mom and dad's. My mom's house. This is my mom's home. Jeff says his wife recommends that people use the eye drop called Sistan. It's a lubricating eye drop that works much better than most eye drops. Rebecca's saying the news showed eye drops being recalled because of things in them. Ow. Therabob says, back in my drinking days, I often found my ear to the ground. Oliver out the fence of the neighbor's pool. Jerry doesn't even live there. Margie's saying she pictures me jumping over a fence with a squirrel. I can't hurt any more squirrels. I'm already going to be punished by God for the squirrels I've killed in my last house. I just tolerate them now. I will not, I feel bad. But they were rogue. The ones at my house were rogue. They wouldn't get off the porch. They were looking at like, I was like, motherfucker. They were chewing all the wood. I had ornate wood. It was an old house. And there was ornate wood cut on my porch. And those guys were scratching it, chawing it, chewing it. They were just out of control. I had to eradicate them, damn it. Therabob, I had a few of those 100 years ago. I was that girl dancing on the bar. Rebecca, I bet you were the Shazizzy. Rebecca was like, How would Rebecca dance? I don't know. Go, Rebecca, Rebecca, Rebecca. All right, we're still talking about eye drops. Where you dropped the fucking eye drop thing already, Therabob? I already feel guilty, like I've put fucking aluminum shavings in my eye. Like you guys are making. I heard they put shit on the drops. They've been tainted. I'm like, I've always enjoyed. They've always worked for me. And you guys are like making me. I don't know. Cautious. I won't use them anymore. I don't know what to tell you. I'll do my research. I'm gonna come out and put Vaseline in my eye. Jeez. Pringles says he's watching Armageddon. I've seen that so many times. That's a good movie. Well, normally when you make chicken salad, you put onto lettuce. You put into lettuce. Yeah, well, I'm gonna put a wrap. Oh, a wrap, chicken salad, lettuce, and roll it. What? Squirrel in one hand, corn in the other. Pringle says, I'm not thinking about Saturday. That just went home thinking about Sunday. It's not Sunday. It's Saturday, right? Don't tell me it's Sunday. Hannah is saying, I'm having a cookout with my sons, and we're going to watch football because Norway is playing England. That's right. There you go. That's what's happening today. I'm going to watch that game too. Norway and England. Norway and England. I'm going to watch that today in honor of my Norwegian heritage. Lola, that's very sweet. This woman Lola saying, my husband is a birder, which makes me a birder. I never heard them called birders before. Makes me a birder by accident. We love hearing all the birds in your yard. Thank you for acknowledging that I showed you the birds. Like, that's very sweet. Thank you for commenting, Lola. That's very sweet. Of course, Tracy's cute. Rebecca, the journeys Jerry has taken us on. I don't know what they're talking about. I don't. Yeah, they're talking about condoms. What are you guys talking about condoms? Here's a condom. I'll give you a condom. There's your condom. There. Now I can go back to being Thanos. Oh. I'm looking for my brother Thanos. Where is he? You better get your condom head back out of my face, you big condom head. Oh. Pringles is reminiscing about seeing possums when he was 10 years old. I don't know how long possums live, Pringles. That's something to Google. Why don't you Google it and tell us? He's saying that he saw three possums when he was 10 years old. He's wondering how they are today. So figure out the math. How long ago was that? And would they still be alive? Can you get back to us on that? I'd like to know. Therabob, I don't know if I could repeat that. Therabob's talking about having a condom collection. I don't know. That's Therabob. This is a PG program. Now Jeff's talking about getting snipped. Sweet Jesus, you guys, this is not a therapy session. The images. Ugh. No. Yeah, I should have gotten snipped. I'll tell you what. Most men, if you don't want to have if you don't want to have an unwanted pregnancy happen in your life, it would be a bad idea if you're going to become sexually active. to, tell me this isn't a good business model. We market to young men, even if you get older too. There's all reasons that you'll want to have your, save your juice, your sperm, before you get. So maybe you could make it a donation, and they could put you on ice, right? And then you get, and this way there's no, oops, oh my God, I thought you were taking the pill. How'd you get pregnant? Oh my God. Because it can't happen because you got snipped. But if you want to have a child with a woman you've met and you fall in love, you could just get your stuff off the shelf because you saved it. Or do you have to reverse the procedure? I don't know what the solution is, but I think young men should consider that. I mean, unwanted pregnancies or, oops situations occur, 16, 17, 18, when you're younger, right? I don't know. I'm just throwing this out there. Don't jump on me. I'm just saying, we're talking about just life. Oh, Jesus. I don't know what Rebecca's talking to Bob about something I do not understand. Here comes a plane. Right over the house. There's a little airport not far from here in a town called Lumberton, and it's called the Flying W Airport, and it's nice to go there just to see planes take off and land, little ones like that. Do you hear the cicadas? Can you hear them? Tell me if I'm wrong. Can you guys check on this for me? When you hear cicadas, doesn't that mean it's going to get hot? Like, are we in store for a hot day here in New Jersey? Can someone please check that and get back to me on that? Lisa has to go. She has to go cook breakfast. Lisa, bye, sweetheart. You guys are bad. I did catch up. You guys are so crazy. LB says, I live in the flight path of one of our bases. The planes fly so low here you can see the pilots. The great big tank carrier flew over. I looked up and all I could see was a plane. Look up at my whole yard. LB, where are you located? That's pretty intriguing. Sherry Calloway's here. It says, good morning. What does it mean if the birds outside have been singing all night? But yes, I love to hear the birds singing. Can you hear the cicadas, you guys? You know what I'm talking about? Those little cricket type. When they go up, when they start doing it again, I'm going to go, listen. When they do it again. They do it in waves. But when you hear cicadas, doesn't that mean it's going to get hot? Aggie's leaving. Aggie, love you, sweetheart. Thanks for hanging out in the morning like you do. Pringles said there's a bad side to that. If you get snipped and the missus gets pregnant, well, then isn't that good that you know? I think that's a good thing. Tracy Von Brock says the weather app says yes, it's going to be hot in New Jersey today. And ICU, ABC. I like that word. ICU, ABC. That's cute. ICU, ABC, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is a cute name. Says, yes, cicadas don't come out unless it's hot. So it isn't hot now, but perhaps it's going to get much hotter. I got to fill the bird feeders. And I am in the mood for breakfast. I'm going to go. I'm going to ask Mom if she wants to go. If she doesn't, she'll tell me, I'll just make something. I'm in the mood for an omelet. I'm in the mood for a Western omelet with cheese. Means it has ham, celery. No, it has celery. Ham, onions, and what else is in a Western? Ham, onions, ham and onions, right? A Western omelet. Oh, ham, onions, and green peppers. That's what's in a Western omelet. Ham, onions, and green peppers with cheese. I'm in the mood for a Western omelet with cheese, crispy home fries, rye toast, and a little bowl of SOS that I can dip my toast in, put pepper on it, and eat it. Do you like shit on a shingle? I love it. That's what I'm going to go do. I'm going to go to a diner in around an hour and have a nice breakfast. And I'm see if Mom wants to go with me. But here's what's going to happen. I'm going to tell Mom, I'm going to go to the diner. I'm going to go get a nice breakfast. And she'll start cooking. But I don't want her to cook. I want her to go with me. Pringle says, if you hear cicadas, don't stand under the tree. That's not rain. Tracy Von Brott says, sound good, doesn't it? I love Western omelets. The omelet I created, but they don't have one, so you got to tell them, listen, what's the closest omelet you have that matches my desire? Because I don't want to pay $21 for an omelet. $14, $15, $16, that's fine. But $21 for an omelet, come on. So, but if you don't pick what they offer, you make your own, sometimes they'll charge you more. But my favorite omelet that I created is sausage, mushroom, and onion with cheese. Sausage, mushroom, onion with cheese omelet. It's the best. It's delicious. With some crispy home fries, rye toast, and SOS. Which SOS is much better when it's made with beef, but some people use corned beef. I personally like beef. I like shit on a shingle with beef. It's delicious. Biscuits and gravy. That's what Kevin's saying. That's exactly what I'm feeling. Biscuits and gravy, yo. Jonathan Barr says he gets a steak omelet from IHOP. There's an IHOP not far from here. But I'm blessed. In New Jersey, Jonathan, we have diners. I have Pandora's Diner, 4-Star Diner, another Pandora's on 38 in Hainesport, and then there's another diner. Pandora's on 206, Pandora's on 38. We only have 3. Oh, and West Hampton has a diner. I have 4 diners within 2 miles of me. I have 4 diners within 3 miles of my home. Diners are the best. Sherry Calloway saying that perhaps the cicadas like to sing at night as well. Snakes don't make any sounds. Bell pepper, thank you, ICU ABC. Western omelets, ham, onion, bell pepper. But you have to have cheese on it. Thera Bob says you got to be careful. Sometimes if you get snipped, it reconnects. What? They can't figure that stuff out? What the hell's going on? Hannah, we'll see you tomorrow, sweetheart. I'm going to get off now. I have 10 more minutes and then I'm done. Right now we have 53 people on. So I'm going to say to you guys who are all friends here, I'm on for 1 hour, 21 minutes, 6 seconds. So we have approximately 9 more minutes. Do you guys have anything you want to share that you want me to ring the bell? Any procedures coming up? Any domestic situations that you're worried about? Any work situations you're worried about? Do you want to wish someone a happy birthday? Do you want to wish somebody well that's in the hospital? I'm going to put a shout out to my cousin Susan, if she's on right now. She lives up in upstate New York, and I want to thank her for taking the time to talk to my mom yesterday. That meant a lot to my mom. When I came home, my mom was like, Oh, Jerry, it was nice talking to Susan. She was on the phone with her for like an hour. So I'm grateful for my cousin to talk to my mom yesterday. Thank you, Susan. Susan McNellis served in the United States Navy. You guys, I don't know how you guys can help me get more followers. I would like to hit 10,000. I need like 230 more. Bye, Aggie. Love you, sweetheart. Thank you, Aggie. Thank you, Hannah. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you guys for everybody being so cool to each other. Whip, 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 whip. I didn't realize I like the robins too. The robins make a nice sound. Everyone in the world with problems, please ring the bell. That's what Sydney's asking. For everybody locked up in our country, for all the families of those Iranian children, 160 precious kids, Israel murdered by Israel and the United States. We got to think of their families and those precious kids. Oh, Lord. They got to put this regime down. It sounds like they're losing in the courts left and right. MAGA's losing. Although the asshole judge did throw out the going after the January 6ers. He said, I have no reason to question the prosecution's desire to dismiss it. So they dismissed it. They dismissed the January 6th insurrection. It's no longer an issue. Like, that's bullshit, right? So, the fuck? I don't know. Oh. Bless you guys, man. I'm here for you. Sydney asked me to do something, I'll do it. I agree with him. Everybody in the world is suffering because of this lunatic. Oh, I'm going to call my mom when I hang up with you. Mom, do you want to go have breakfast? No, I'm going to stay in. Say, all right, I'm going to go take a hot shower. I'm out. I'm going to go get a nice breakfast. Saturday in the park. I think it was the 4th of July. Chicago. Pringle says, happy birthday for all up and coming. Oh, that's cool, man. Thank you. I'll take that. My birthday's coming up. I turned 63 years old in August. You can't ring the bell for yourself. Oh, shush. Stop. Just gave yourself one ring. For everybody else, though, God bless you for having a birthday coming up. Maria Sandoval says, good morning. Happy Saturday. Tracy says tight, and she's giving him hugs. Tracy's a sweet woman, man. Her husband's a lucky guy. He's a very lucky guy. Kevin Turner. Yes, I am retired. Kevin, that's funny that you're asking me that because I remind myself how blessed I am not to have to be somewhere in the mornings during the week. I'm like, because I did my time. I had to be at work sometimes at 6 a.m. And I worked till 4 p.m. during COVID. I'm so glad to be retired. I'm 62 years old. I think it's foolish, but I don't want to judge when people say they're not going to retire until age 67 because they want to get more money. My personal feeling is that's very assumptive. You're assuming you're going to have that many more years left? Like, you're kind of good for you. Wow, you have that that faith, or you really want to roll the dice? You think you're going to last? I mean, we're not guaranteed tomorrow, let alone 2 years from now, let alone 3 years from now. So when I turned 62, I took my retirement. I was not going to wait. It's enough to pay my bills and to assist with some bills, and my car is paid off, and I live very simply. But yeah, I'm retired. I might substitute teach twice a week during the year to supplement my income. It's only $100 a day. When you substitute teach, it's not a lot of money, but $200 a week to get out of the house twice a week, it's $200. So you can still put gas in your car and not dip into your retirement. But thank you for asking. I think everybody who has the opportunity to retire should retire. God bless you if you can't. You're welcome, Tracy. You're a good woman. I don't watch the news. That sounds a little sad. Kevin Turner says, hell, I had to be at work at 3:30 sometimes until 4:30 p.m. Yeah, there's a lot of tougher jobs than I had. Mine wasn't that hard. I was COVID screening. But I can imagine guys being at work, leaving, had to be at work at 3:30. So maybe like you're doing labor or, something very significant that you have to put the time in. I can imagine. As far as if my mom, if one day when I'm alone, when the day comes when I don't have anybody, really it's my mom. When my mom is no longer walking on this earth, and I'm still young and strong enough, I think I would enjoy going out towards, like, I saw in Norway, they're very into their waterways, even in other, like, I love the water. So the Philippines, there's a lot of water, and there's taxis and water taxis and stuff. I think I'd like to get in and being the guy that does the water taxi or learns how to do it, or I don't know. I'd like to be near the water, whether it's in cold water, warm water, as long as I'm near water. And I do like the sea and everything. I think that would be kind of neat to participate being on a, I don't know, can you become a crew hand later in life? I don't know. Do you really want to? I'd rather just be ballast. I'll tell you, I'm 62, and you don't want to be bored. I'm looking at, there's a programs, Harvard has a certificate program. I think it's 60 hours online, and you could become a life coach. I wouldn't say counselor, but it gives you a certificate through Harvard University that you can put up on your wall that says you passed and have received a certification in whatever. I'm talking to Mom. I think that's something I'd like to invest in. Spend the time in the next 2 months or 3, maybe wait until September, and do an online course to be to become a certified therapist of sorts through Harvard's behavioral health program. There's a lot of need out there for people to receive support and guidance and to be lifted up. There's a lot of anguish out there, depression, fear. Thundering Studios, you're so cool. Thank you. Sorry, it's nervous. I shouldn't do that. Thunder Studios, I used to try at sports, then I released you can buy medals now. I'm good at everything. Who did that? The Wizard of Oz. He gave a diploma to Scarecrow, who didn't have any brain. He said, there's men of institutes that say things all the time that they don't know what they're talking about, But they have one of these. What is this? It's a diploma. And he gives it to the scarecrow, and the scarecrow automatically feels smarter. Yeah, that's funny. I get where you're coming from, Thunder. I get it. Rebecca says, I'll make you any certificate you want for $49.95. Yo, I think it would be, who knows how involved, I think it's 60 days. It would be interesting to hear, or to follow their format to, I don't know, what makes them feel that after 60 days of training that you can guide people in a certain direction, or at least not cause them any more harm, you know? I don't know. I'll let you guys know. Google it yourselves. I mean, I just, this came across me months ago, and I thought, if I want to stay busy, maybe I should do an online course with that Harvard. Rebecca, that's some funny shit. I'll make you any certificate you want for $49.95. You want a doctorate in philosophy? Hi, doctor. Give me my money. $49.95. That is funny as shit. Oh, well. I want to do something. If I lived in a retirement home, I would probably wander over towards learning how to do some woodwork or something like that. But I tried that once before, and ouch. It's not good. This is why I don't like machinery. I don't have luck with it. Look. It's not a joke. Oh, Lord. I don't like pickleball. Pickleball looks like a way to sprain your ankle and fuck your knees up. Oh, Jesus. Play some tennis. At least you can take like 3 or 4 steps. Pickleball, you take 3, you're like, Pickleball does not appeal to me, and I'm 62, and I'm probably the only person around here that's 62 that still likes to throw a frisbee. I wish I could find someone to go throw a frisbee with me. I enjoy that shit. You got to walk around the field, make sure there's no holes that you're going to fuck your ankle up. There's no dog shit. You got to be, and there's these big fields around here, and I have 3 frisbees. I love throwing the frisbee. I find it very therapeutic. It's nice. It's not too overtaxing. It's a nice thing to be able to do. I like throwing the frisbee. You think I could find someone to throw a frisbee with me? No. Pringle says, what was the age of 14 years old to the age of 17, 18 hours a day? I should be allowed to retire. Wow. Konnichiwa, Jerry, how are your plants doing? Listen, Tina, don't even ask. I would starve. Put it that way. If I was a farmer, I would be dead. I'd be in debt. I'd be begging other people to feed me. I'm a fucking mess. My garden is, I have some heads of lettuce that are growing like this big. No squash. Everybody's like, put fertilizer in your, I'm not putting fertilizer out there. But yeah, thank you for bringing that up, Tina. Thanks a lot. Jesus. Make me feel bad. Hey, Jerry, how's your plants doing? They're almost dead. No, they're growing. I still have some heads of lettuce. I got some hands of lettuce. Just putting some sunscreen on since I'm out here with you, my friend. All right. I got to start changing my schedule. It's not fair for me not to see my mom in the morning like this. I'm waiting for her to stick her head out here, but I don't know. Maybe she doesn't know I'm out here. Therabob says, Jerry, just do your local community college. I'll be, Bob, that's a good advice. There's Rowan University has a school in Mount Laurel, and they have a Rowan University. They have a program for culinary. There's a 6-month program to become a baker. I would like to be I wouldn't mind baking. Then, if you want to learn how to really cook, you can take a course. But I wouldn't mind taking some courses on cooking and how to prepare food well. I think that would be enjoyable. Go stand on the edge of the field with your frisbee. Say you lost your dog, and someone will invite you to play. uh, I've never thought. I've heard people do that. They take drugs. Like as a. I would not want to be a guinea pig for that, Pringles. I would not. I'd watch myself if I were you. Getting paid to try things. You don't want to be a guinea pig. There's another plane. Oh. That doesn't make you qualified, though. To be a baker, if you go to college for 6 months, it's a program. You become a baker. What's worse than paying your license not knowing how to drive? Yeah. Oh, that's what you meant. They would use you as a test subject for the course. Oh. Rebecca's the funniest. Oh, so he's talking to me, Sabine. I thought he was talking to somebody else. He's saying you look pretty relaxed, retired, but do you have bored days where you wish you were back at work? So yeah, that's why I substitute teach. I go in. I'm a sub teacher at the high school. I don't do grade school anymore. The teachers are too wacky. And that's nice. I have to be. I don't have to be at school till like 7:50. I get done at 2:30. So. All right, guys. I think everybody's probably had enough of me. I just like to be here because we have 44 people on, and you don't know how people are doing. Sometimes people are alone; they're by themselves. So I just try to be here, sitting in the backyard with the birds singing, talking about different topics, and just being company for some of the people that are on here. I don't know their living situations. If I didn't have my mom, I would be by myself. So I'm going to get off just so I can see how my mom is, say good morning, and see what she wants to do today. And I want to hear about her conversation with my cousin Susan to see if Susan's going to come visit with us, or are we driving up to upstate New York to visit Susan? I think my mom wants Susan to come down and spend some time here with her. Here. So I'll find out what my mom and Susan have chosen to do. But Margie says, "Do you receive compensation in the States for giving blood? We get a juice box and a cookie." I don't know. I don't go give. I should give blood. I know people that donate their blood faithfully, and they don't take a dime. They just feel they're doing their due diligence. I'm like, fuck that. Get paid for it. The Red Cross is getting paid for it. There's people that are run districts in the Red Cross that make $150,000 a year. If you're going to go give your blood, get paid for it. That's how I'm just trying to tell you what I know about that. But I never have given. I don't go and give blood. Perhaps I should. Pringle. Jeff is out of here. Jeff, brother. Jeff, what is it like down in Florida right now? Is it cooler than New Jersey or? Anyway, Jeff, have a nice day. Sherry Calloway says, have a great day with your mom. You too. Take care, Jeff. Bye, Therabob. I don't know what David Reyes is saying with his sister is an aide for SDLD for 11th and 12th Crawford Company. I don't know what that means. Rebecca says, I cried to get my license. I promised I'd practice parking and I can't do it this day. I'm great at parallel parking. You got to be... Rebecca, I find that very surprising given your personality that you would find it difficult to park. You're very confident, and when you park, you got to be confident. You got to know where, it's called situational awareness, and you're very on tune. I'm surprised that you would be, out of anybody on this platform, I'm surprised that Rebecca would have trouble parking. Am I right? When I park, you got to control the... You got to know. You got to be confident. Tina, you're so funny, Tina. Don't tell me ever you're sorry. Don't ever. I was completely teasing you. You know you're special. You're special on this platform. I would never. You're just being sweet. My plants are not thriving. They're not doing well at all. They're alive, but I would not feed a village. I'd be like fucking starving. I'd be like, I have to go pick someone's fruit. I'd have to go to another area. Oh. Man, the air traffic controllers must be busy around here because that thing is going... Most planes are going south, right? That one's going west at a different... But they're all going right over my house, so I can imagine they go, keep an eye out. We have another one 200 feet below you, heading west. I want you to go up 100 feet to avoid that collision. Crawford, Colorado for learning development, special development. Oh, very cool, Dave. There's more and more learning development kids, man. You got to think. It's the plastics. It's their diet. It's a lot of things. It's very sad to see there's so many more special needs kids. Like, something's in the water. Something's in the food. Something's going on. Rebecca says, I just have no interest in parking. If valet, I'm using it. I don't want to hand anybody my keys. I'm like, motherfucker, don't touch my car. All right, I got to get off because I'm starting to feel guilty. So it's hot and muggy down there and thunderstorms. So what a great Saturday just to lay low. It's funny how you want to go out and run around when it's sunny out, but when it's gray like this, you just feel like you don't want to even go to the mall, you know? It's a good day to stay in. I'm gonna call my mom and see how she's doing. She's inside, but I'm gonna call her first. All right, guys, listen, I'm signing off. Do you guys want to say goodbye to one another? I'm gonna get off in 2 minutes, like right now. I love you. Thanks for spending the morning with me. The sun is peering through. I gotta move this umbrella because I'm in the sun. Move the umbrella. Ugh. There. So now, see? Here's another plane. Whoa. I'm right. That one's 100 feet lower than the last one that went in the same direction. Oh, anyway. Thank you for spending the morning. Thank you for spending the morning together, guys. It's nice to have us all hanging out. Oh, David, I'm sorry. Let's go to El Paso Mall. I think being a driving instructor is probably very tense. You got to be kind of a cool cookie. Pringles, I'm sure you would be able to do well at that. Smashy, you didn't miss us, sweetheart. That's okay. I'm going to come on. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Rebecca drives an 18-wheeler, Jerry. Give her a break. Rebecca does? Thunder says, why not take your mom to a place where you could do water sports things? Like you can do like... She's getting old, bro. She doesn't want to go. Like I feel bad. She's just slow. She's slowing down. I've talked about going to Ireland. She's been there. She's not going to want to do water sports. You know, she's 83. I get it too. But thank you for your thinking. God bless you, David. Jason, oh my God, grow up. It's just ketchup. Ugh, you can't put ketchup on a hot dog. It's disgusting. Mustard. Sauerkraut. You guys, I'm out of here. Goodbye. I'm going to call my mom. Tina, I love you. I'll see you later, sweetheart.